In August, the British won an easy victory at Bladensburg, Maryland.
War of 1812.
That is correct. Bonus to your team. The Heroic Age and Homeric Age are related to what ancient civilization?
Greece. You sure it's Greece? Greece?
Greece is correct. Toss up, both teams. Glacier-clad peaks including Mount Olympus, gorgeous alpine meadows, and extensive old-growth forests characterize what national park in northwest Washington?
Glacier National Park.
Incorrect.
Olympia National Park.
Incorrect. It is Olympic National Park. Toss up, both teams. Which category of rock is most evident as you gaze at the Grand Canyon?
Sedimentary?
That is correct. Bonus for your team. Before becoming presidents, these men all held what elective office? James Monroe, Andrew Jackson, John Tyler, James Buchanan, Andrew Johnson, Harry Truman, John Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon.
Vice president? Was so vice president? Vice president?
It is senator. A senator. Toss up for both teams. At the end of the Spanish-American War, Spain ceded Cuba and what other major?
Philippines.
That is incorrect. And what other major Caribbean island to the U.S.?
Puerto Rico.
That is correct. Bonus to your team. These are varieties of what kind of bird? Jersey Giant, Minorca, Buckeye, Plymouth Rock, Rhode Island Red.
Chickens. Yeah. Chickens? Are you sure? Chickens? Chickens?
Chickens is correct. Toss up for both teams. This is about what U.S. president? On April 6th, the electoral ballots were counted and he became president with 69 votes.
Washington?
That is correct. Bonus to your team. What is another more common name for that part of the skeletal system called the thoracic basket?
Thoracic, okay.
Here.
Rib. It would make sense, because we're on bath. Thoracic bath. Rib cage? Rib cage.
Rib cage is correct. Toss up, both teams. Hit popular songs from earlier years, especially the 1950s, are called golden what?
Hits?
Incorrect. Gotta answer faster.
Golden
5 seconds.
Incorrect. Oldies. Golden oldies. Okay? Toss up. What is the name for the hard external supportive covering on all arthropods?
Exoskeleton.
That is correct. Bonus for your team. Name the device used in the treatment of asthma, which delivers small doses of various drugs directly to the small air passage in the lungs.
Inhaler.
That is correct. Toss up for both teams. What word is missing from all these proverbs? A still tongue makes a wise blank. Uneasy.
One.
Incorrect. Uneasy lies the blank that wears a crown. Better to be the blank. Head is correct. Bonus to your team. Through how many U.S. states does the line of 20 degrees north latitude run?
Would it just be one? Because it's just be white.
20 degrees north.
20 degrees north,
That
right?
might be,
Yeah.
yeah, try.
One? So just one? One?
One is correct. Toss up, both teams. Name the single-celled reproductive body in algae, fungi, ferns, and mosses.
Spore?
Spore is correct. Bonus for your team. In the mid-18th century, New France extended from Hudson Bay in the north to what body of water in the south?
The St. Lawrence River? Are you sure it's not the,
It's St.
are you
Lawrence.
sure? Yeah, the St. Lawrence River? The St. Lawrence River?
It is the Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of Mexico. Toss up. What federal body includes a chaplain, parliamentarian, clerk, sergeant at arms, doorkeeper, and speaker?
Parliament?
Incorrect.
5 seconds.
Legislative.
Incorrect. It is the House of Representatives. Toss up. What word should have been used in this sentence? She really gyrates on my nerves.
Gets?
Incorrect.
5 seconds.
Incorrect. Grates. Grates on my nerves. Toss up, both teams. In 1884, while eating a piece of fruit, Ulysses Grant grabbed his throat and exclaimed, "I think something has stung me from that peach." But in fact, he had developed throat cancer. What habit had caught up with him?
Smoking.
That is correct. Bonus to your team. In 2013, a tremendous wildfire scorched the parched sagebrush, grasslands, and pine forests around Sun Valley, Ketchum, and Halley in what state?
That's why.
Wyoming? Is it Wyoming or Colorado? Wyoming? Wyoming? I think it's okay. Wyoming?
It is Idaho. Idaho. Toss up for both teams. In what city did this event occur? In 1773, Adams and a small group of Sons of Liberty.
Boston.
That is correct. Bonus to your team. Ants use what structures to detect air currents, chemicals, and vibrations?
Antennas?
Antennas.
Are you sure it's,
It's antennas.
is it legs? Because don't think,
Antennas.
is it antennas or legs? Antennas? Antennas?
Antennas is correct. Toss up for both teams. Some 9,000 of the 10,000 laborers on the Central Pacific Railroad were of what nationality?
Chinese?
Chinese is correct. Bonus for your team. The name for what river completes this punish statement? If you jump off a Paris bridge, you are in blank.
And this, is it this?
Insane. Insane.
Insane river? Insane?
Insane.
Insane. Insane?
Incorrect. It is the Seine. The Seine, as for the river, the Seine River. So insane, but in Seine. The Seine, as for the river. Toss up. More than half of the world's geysers are located in what American?
Yellowstone.
That is correct. Bonus for your team. What figure of speech is used repeatedly in this song lyric? It went zip when it moved, and bop when it stopped, and whir when it stood still.
Onomatopoeia.
That is correct. Toss up both teams. What writing error is illustrated in this rule? Never ever use repetitive redundancies.
Hypocrisy.
Incorrect.
Repetitive.
5 seconds.
Incorrect. Redundancy. Toss up both teams. What figure of speech was